Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13 features a heartbreaking 1883 reference. What it means for its ending. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, features a connection to 1883 that hints at the ending of Taylor Sheridan's hit neo-Western series on Paramount Network. In Give the World Away, Beth, Kelly Rayleigh, and Case, Luke Grimes, both work to save the ranch in different ways with their unique strengths. Beth auctions off everything the estate owns in a massive sale that garners a healthy $30 million, covering the mortgage that pays the enormous Dutton Ranch tax bill. Meanwhile, Case progresses with his solution, tapping into Beth for business advice that could decide the fate of Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2. At the top of the outing, Case returns from his mission in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, where the former Navy SEAL hunts Grant Horton, Matt Gerald, the man responsible for killing his father. Case threatens the assassin, Counting Coop, at the end of Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, ensuring his family's safety. As Case prioritizes Tate, Brecken Merrill, and Monica, Kelsey as Bill, he devises a plan to sell the Dutton Ranch. Selling a vital family heirloom and Give the World Away confirms Case's plan will come to fruition, signaling the end of the Dutton family's land ownership legacy in Montana. Beth sells an important Dutton family artifact in Give the World Away. As Beth hosts the auction that will decide the temporary fate of the Dutton Ranch in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, the property hands shepherd out all its property to the auction grounds, where bidders can pay top dollar for pieces of the Yellowstone. The merchandise at the auction includes the green wagon from 1883, in which James, Tim McGraw, and Margaret, Faith Hill, Dutton made their northwestern journey from Texas to Montana. After the auction, the wagon from 1883 is towed off in a black trailer, leaving the property for probably the first time in over a century. The wagon leaving the property signals that Beth is serious about selling everything that isn't nailed down at the Dutton Ranch. More than just a quick way to make money, Beth's efforts to sell Yellowstone property signify her willingness to part with her family's empire. And nothing could send a bigger message than Beth selling the heirloom. The green wagon in the 1883 Yellowstone story is the vessel of the family's original struggle. Their covered wagon was the first thing the Dutton family brought to Paradise Valley in 1883. Thus, the green wagon is the ultimate token of the Dutton family's legacy. It symbolizes the Yellowstone characters in 1883's journey searching for a better life. Also, the wagon is a reminder of the horrors that come with the family's legacy of land ownership in Montana, starting with James' dream. The wagon went through hell and back on the Dutton equivalent of the Oregon Trail, forging the Brazos, traversing the rugged plains, and barreling into Montana's Big Sky country. As James and Margaret traverse a harrowing path to Montana with their children Elsa, Isabel May, and John Dutton Audie Rick, the Duttons' green wagon is their home as they retreat into the Wild West. It is the Dutton family's vehicle to a brighter future and the roof over their heads while transporting all their material possessions from Tennessee. Thus, the green wagon is critical to establishing the roots of Yellowstone's Dutton family tree in Montana. It reminds us of the family's conquest of prosperity, so selling the 1883 wagon suggests the sun is setting on the Duttons' empire. Featuring James and Margaret's prairie-straddling wagon in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13 makes the Dutton Ranch's prophecy more likely. In the 1883 Yellowstone prequel series, James and Margaret's daughter Elsa is shot with a poisonous arrow, and he looks for a final resting place for his daughter where the family can make their homestead. James meets a Crow elder named Spotted Eagle, Graham Greene, who tells James about the Paradise Valley, saying his people will rise and take it from him in 7 generations. James tells Spotted Eagle his people can have it when the time comes. Selling the original covered wagon with Case's proposal to give away the ranch represents the siblings shedding the burden of their family's legacy. While Case leaves his plans vague, setting up an enormous Yellowstone Season 5 finale, signs that he will give the land to the Broken Rock tribe exist, either directly or by passing the land on to his son. Therefore, it is fitting that the wagon leaves the property, signaling a new era for the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. If they give the land away, the Duttons will have a new legacy, one they don't have to fight for. Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, serves as an emotional and poignant entry in the series, not only because of the intense family drama that continues to unfold, but also due to a deeply heartbreaking reference to 1883, the prequel series that explores the Dutton family's roots. This reference is especially significant in the context of the show's ending, weaving together past and present in a way that not only deepens the Dutton legacy, but also sets up a bittersweet, inevitable conclusion for the series. The episode begins with a heightened tension between John Dutton, Kevin Costner, and his family, as well as the land developers who continue to encroach upon the ranch. The future of the Yellowstone Ranch seems uncertain, and every choice John makes feels like it could be the one that tips the scale. However, it's not just the external battles that create unease in this episode. It's the emotional weight that lingers in every conversation. The Duttons are fractured, each grappling with their own struggles of loyalty, power, and loss. Then, in a pivotal moment that takes us back to the foundation of the family, the show introduces a reference to 1883. A reference that isn't just an Easter egg for fans of the prequel, but a reflection of the Duttons' enduring tragedy. This reference comes in the form of a haunting, subtle reminder of the sacrifices that have shaped the family's journey. In 1883, the Duttons were forced to confront the harsh realities of the American frontier. The journey to the West was fraught with loss, violence, and hardship, with each generation of Duttons carrying the scars of those struggles. In this latest episode of Yellowstone, we are reminded of that past through a scene involving a weathered yet symbolic artifact, a tattered map that was passed down from James Dutton, the patriarch from 1883. The map, once full of hope and optimism for a new future, is now worn and frayed, much like the family itself. As John Dutton gazes at the map, memories flood back. He remembers his ancestors' fight to claim and protect their land, their dreams for a legacy that would outlast them. But that same legacy, which seemed so full of promise in the early days, now feels more like a curse, tied to bloodshed and sorrow. The map serves as a representation of both the enduring spirit of the Dutton family and the tragedy that has followed them through generations. For John, it's a reminder of the cost of their power, how each decision they make ripples across time, shaping not only their futures but also the futures of their children and grandchildren. This moment is deeply emotional for John, who is beginning to question whether all of the sacrifices, the bloodshed, and the struggles have been worth it. The weight of the map, both physical and symbolic, seems to represent the impossible choices he faces in the present. The more he tries to protect the land, the more he realizes how much it has taken from him and everyone he loves. The weight of the Dutton family's past is impossible to ignore, and the shadows of 1883 loom large over the decisions he must make. The episode cuts between John's internal conflict and the events unfolding at the ranch, with the family on the brink of chaos. Beth, Kelly Riley, is as fierce and unapologetic as ever, but there's a vulnerability to her that is becoming more apparent with each passing episode. Her love for her father is evident, but so is her resentment toward him for the way the family has been torn apart. She cannot escape the legacy of the Duttons, nor can she fully embrace it. Her relationship with Rip Kohlhauser continues to evolve as she wrestles with her past, but she too is caught in the web of a legacy she didn't ask for. Case Luke Grimes, too, is struggling with the weight of the past. His experience in 1883, being raised in the brutal wilderness and watching his father, James, face loss and betrayal, has left an indelible mark on him. As he contemplates his own future, he is haunted by the idea that he, too, is doomed to repeat the mistakes of those who came before him. He's tried to carve out a life that's different from his father's, but the forces at play, both external and internal, are pulling him back into the fold of the Dutton legacy.